I've been really excited to get back out into the garden and start my seeds for the season. It's one of my favorite parts of the springtime. It also inspired me to hop onto Craftsy, who is the sponsor of today's video, because I wanted to check out what kind of gardening classes they were offering this spring, and there were so many good ones. Now, for those of you who do not know, Craftsy is an online learning platform with over 2,000 classes for crafters and creators, covering everything from knitting and crochet to baking, photography, and beyond. Their classes are taught by expert instructors, and they're designed to be simple, step-by-step, and easy to follow. Now, I've been a gardener for 3 decades, but I feel like there is always something new to learn or to try in the garden. So I've been enjoying a class by Doug Green called Vegetable Gardening: Smart Techniques for Plentiful Results, and it's been really helpful for refining my process, especially when it comes to soil health and overall plant care. I'm also feeling really inspired this spring to pull out my watercolors, so I'm planning to take a couple of art classes as well. One called Floral Illustration with Watercolor and Gouache by Mia Whittemore. And then the other class is a mixed media everyday journaling class. It teaches you how to express yourself through an art journal. I've always been a written journaler, and I thought it would be so much fun to record my days artistically in an art journal. If a Craftsy membership sounds like something that you would also love to have, the first 1,000 people watching this video to use the link in my description or to scan the QR code on the screen will get a full year of premium membership to Craftsy for only $1.49. This offer is valid for new members only, and this is going to give you access to all kinds of classes, all kinds of articles, all types of patterns. It is a wealth of information, and I think it is a great investment for those of us who love to get our creative on. So thank you again, Craftsy, for sponsoring this video today. Join me for a crafty chat. Kick my slippers off so I can sit comfortably up here on my bed. So I want to talk about my granny stripe shawl. I was so just overjoyed with the interest whenever I announced the granny stripe shawl crochet along on my podcast a couple of weeks ago. I had so many people say, I'm going to go buy the pattern. I'm going to make this. I'm going to join the crochet along. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me give you a little background. So I am hosting a crochet along now. It's already started, and it's going to go through the end of April. So April 30th. And this is to support my online friend Moran of Crochet Object. Oh, here comes Tilly. Of course, you had to come and be part of the podcast. She lives in Israel, and her, most people know, the world is crazy. There are lots of things going on that are very challenging, difficult, and all that. Anyway, her apartment building was recently bombed, and so this was just a way that she's so inspiring to me. She has a vlog here on YouTube. It is called M Days. I will try to remember to link it down below, but just if I don't, look up M, like the letter M, Days. It's a lifestyle homemaking, crafting vlog. And she is also a pattern designer, mostly crochet. I think she might have one knitting pattern. I think they're socks. But anyway, I made her granny stripe shawl 2 winters ago. And I thought I'm going to do this kill because I would love to show her support, not only financially, through people purchasing her pattern, but also just like I'm going to make mine and just be thinking and praying for her and her family and everyone involved in this craziness. So, and that's what I was encouraging my viewers to do. If they felt like that was something they wanted to do, to go ahead and buy her pattern. And I'm going to link it down below, her pattern. It'll take you to Ravelry. I'll try to remember to put it on the Etsy link too. I don't know if I know she has it on Etsy because a viewer told me. Okay, so this, just for reference, this is my first one. Very scrappy, little color management other than just looking at the few colors I did before. And I just wound up my yarn for my new one because I am ready to get started. I already have people started on the Ravelry forum. People were posting pictures. Okay, so these are the yarns that I have. Now, this main one is Biff Sugar Yarns, and that is Luck Dragon, and it came with this, it was a sock set, so it came with this minty green contrast skein, which I did not wind up yet because I'll just do that one by hand. I don't wind up mini skeins like this mini on my ball winder or umbrella Swift. But I had this sock set. Well, it wasn't a sock set. I don't know what kind of set it was. It was gifted to me several years back by a viewer, but it was the 4 skeins and it was Color Riot, and the color theme for it was called Candied. And so they're 50-gram skeins. So I did use my ball winder for that. But this is what I have. Now, I'm trying to decide if I want to use these colors. As you can see, the colors on this side are very cool toned, as is this one here, the main color. And I'm like, do I want to put in these warmer tones? They have lots of yellow in them, as you can see. And they have some little like specks and little bits of cooler tone colors as well. But then if you compare that to these, this one here is a little bit warmer, and this one is very, like all the color, not all, it's very cool toned. Here's a close-up of the Luck Dragon. So my plan is to have this color between each. I'm going to alternate through, my original plan was to alternate through these colors, and keep them in order the whole way through, like just repeat it with this in between. So it'd be like this, and then this would be between here and the next one. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then I don't know if I'll have enough, but I thought it would be nice to use this color for my scalloped edge, because you do go and you put a scalloped edge on it at the very end. So that is my plan for now. What the really nice thing about crochet is that I can easily rip this out. So I'm going to plan on using this. And then if I start this and I see that I'm not, when I add this warm color, I see that I'm not really liking it, then I can rip it out very easily. Way easier than with knitting. I know you can put your lifeline in and all that. I'm just saying crochet is so much easier. So what I'll probably do is do this, like do a cool, warm, okay, this is hard. Let me do it this way. like that. Okay, so cool, warm, but having this in between each of those. I hope that makes sense. So that is my plan. Can you guys all hear Tilly? She's up here chewing on her. I know that's disgusting. She's on my bed, but I don't know. I don't expect people to understand unless you own a dog and you allow them on your furniture. We've always allowed our dogs on our furniture, and then we always say, never again will we allow a new dog on the furniture. Well, this dog is so stinking snuggly and cuddly, you cannot not allow her on the furniture. We also said, yeah, we're never letting a dog sleep with us in our bed either. Well, we get this one, and she is like a snuggle monster. She's a literal snuggle monster. She's like a little teddy bear. So instead of kicking her out of our bed, we upgraded to a king size bed last November. Yes, we are softies. Anyway, I just wanted to jump on here and show you guys what my plans are. I'm so excited. I've been wanting to start this. I wanted to cast it on as soon as I did my last podcast. And then I saw people in the Ravelry forum, which is linked down below, by the way, were posting pictures of theirs. And I was like, oh my gosh, but I needed to cake up my yarn. So now that it's caked up, I can actually start this. I feel like I'm going to just fly through this thing because I remember when I crocheted this last time that it was so, like, it just was so addictive to me. I had a couple people ask, actually I had several people ask in the comments, and I think I tried to answer everyone, but they were saying, you know, I'm a very, very much a beginner crocheter. Is this pattern going to be okay for me? I think if you have some, like, your basic knowledge, because granny stripes are very easy. You're basically doing a double crochet cluster, which I think in UK terms would be a treble crochet cluster. And you're just doing that in the spaces in between each cluster. And then Moran does have you doing some increasing along the edge, and which is really nice because then it lays on your shoulders nicer. Also, another thing I wanted to say is that if you don't really use shawls, this is more, I wear this like a scarf. It is, do you see how shallow it is? It's very long and it's tapered on each end at an angle. But I use this as a scarf. I've never personally worn it around my shoulders like a traditional shawl, but I do. Let me see if I can. Hold on, wrong way. I'm trying not to mess with my mic. I will wear it like this and then tie it. Yeah, like that. This is how I wear it. I wear it out like with my winter coat and stuff. So I don't really wear this one. I mean, I have thrown it over my shoulders when I've been in the house and I've been cold, but typically I wear it as a scarf. So that's all the info on that. Thank you guys so much for participating. And I know Moran is so like, she messaged me on Instagram and she just feels so overwhelmed by the outpouring of love and thoughtfulness. So thank you guys so much. I know that you know, she's going through something very, very challenging, but I know that having us do this, and I know there are other podcasters hosting make-alongs to kind of Moran's patterns. I just can imagine that feels really good to know other people are, you know, so many people are thinking about her and her family and her country and really like, you know, all the countries involved. And so, yeah, thank you guys. I just want to say thank you. I'm going to go now. We are having a house guest over tonight and I have some things to do to get ready for that. But I just wanted to hop on here real quick and show you my plans because I'm so excited to get started now that I have everything caked up.
Free flowing, sailing with the wind, not knowing how this story ends. Kind and brave, I know you'll find a way. Live your truth, and good will come to you. Home, sweet home. Home, sweet home. Grounded, steady, earth between your toes, arms wide, ready, love is true, you know. Come roll, you can borrow calm, piece by piece, thriving in your bones. Home, sweet home. Together or alone. Build your home. You are your home. Home, sweet home. Home, sweet home. Home, sweet home. All right, so it is, what is it? I think it's been almost a week since I started recording portions of video for this vlog, which means I'm gonna have a really fun time editing this. I've been filming so much. I love taking the clips. Putting them all together is definitely more of a long process, but I love when it's all done and I can watch it, and it's such a nice little, even a little memory marker for me to have. Anyway, I'm sitting here. I'm actually in my workout clothes, plus I just put this little button down over top because it is back down into the 30s and snowing today. We've had such crazy weather here, which is fairly typical in Pennsylvania in March. I mean, you know, when I started filming this vlog, it went from like 70 some degrees to 48 hours later, we had 6 inches of snow dumped on us in a matter of 3 hours. And then we had snow for a couple of days. And then yesterday I was outside in shorts and a t-shirt. It was 80. And today it's snowing again and in the 30s, but I'm gonna work out. And so, but before I did that and got all sweaty and gross, I wanted to get on and just kind of wrap this vlog up, show you guys the progress that I've made on my granny stripe shawl, and talk to you about a little gift that was sent to me that is just beautiful. So I want to share it with you. But let's talk about the granny stripe shawl first. And I am in the middle of a row, but it's not really that big of a deal because with crocheting, you don't have it on needles. You just take your hook out, pull your loop a little bit bigger, and you're good to go. So here is my progress so far. This is definitely spring. Spring in a shawl. I didn't really plan it that way, but that is what it's coming out to be. So my original plan was to use this. This is my main color. This is a Biff sugar yarn, and then Color Riot. I had this 4-pack that had been sent to me from a viewer several years back, and so I was just going to rotate through these 4 colors and put this in between each of those colors. But then as I was doing it, you can see I was kind of, I'll show you at the top, that's kind of what I was doing up at the top in these first few rows, and it's pretty, but it wasn't giving me like a granny stripe, like an actual stripe. It was giving me more of, because the colors were very similar, and they're variegated, it was just like, it was pretty, but it wasn't striping at all. So I decided to add in every now and then a random solid. So like I don't know that you can see this, but there's like a very light solid, like almost undyed, but I think it is maybe slightly pink. And then I did this pinky purple color, and then I just added this tealy light blue. And so I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna pop one of those solid colors in every like 4 to 5 rows, just to make it have a more stripey feel, because I do like stripes in my granny stripe things, shawls, blankets, whatever. So I'm basically just going through, and like I'll show you some of the colors that I will be adding in. I don't know, is that, ooh, there we go, maybe. And then, yeah, anyway, so that is my update on that. I've actually ripped this out several times just because I wanted to get the color right. And someone had asked me, I follow the instructions exactly how Moran posted them, or wrote them in her pattern. The very first time I made this, I thought I would like a bigger shawl, so I think she tells you to make it larger. You like do your crochet, your original chain, and then in increments of 3 + 1 or something like that. So I did it, and then as I was working on it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be way too big. So I ripped it out, and I just followed her instructions exactly, which is what I am doing for this one, which I did from the very start. But I did rip back a little bit because of colors, like color management, and then just some other things. But crochet is like so much easier to do that with, because it's just fast. You just rip it out. I know how to fix my mistakes, most of my mistakes in knitting, when it comes to so when it comes to certain things, I have to really think about it, like cables. If I have to fix a cable or brioche, those are things that make me feel a little bit more stressed whenever I have to fix those mistakes. But for the most part, I've learned how to fix knitting mistakes, how to take out rows without ripping back the whole way. But this is so much easier when you just pull it out, because your stitch is finished in crochet. Once you make it, it's a finished stitch. You don't have any live stitches. So yeah, this is just so much fun, and it's just, look how colorful and pretty. Woo, I just love it. It's like Easter. It's like Easter in a shawl. Yeah. Oh, and for any of you who may be wondering, I do not have a 3mm hook. I think that a 3mm is like a size D, and I couldn't find one. And I remember this happening, I couldn't find one in my hook stash. And I remember this happening the first time I made this. So I am using a F. I don't know what that translates. Would that be like a 4mm maybe? I'm just guessing. I'm using a letter F hook. So it's still pretty small, but not as small as the hook that's called for. But I did not have the hook, and I didn't want to buy another hook to make this. Okay, the other thing that I want to talk about is a little package that I received. Actually, it was a couple of weeks ago now. Okay, so Leah of Sagehorne Manor reached out to me on Instagram, and I will link her account down below. She also has an Etsy shop that I will link, and I'm going to show you what she sent me. So she is a knitter, and she also draws, and it was something that she had done and then kind of put aside, like a lot of us, I think a lot of us moms do when we're in the trenches of raising our kids and they're young. There were things that I put aside for the most part because I didn't have the time or the mental energy to do it anymore. But at some point she began drawing again, kind of as a way to just like to help her relax and just feel, I think pretty much feel like something that she had, like a way she could express herself. Anyway, she ended up, I think it's, okay, so Wing and a Prayer Farm, I think it's Tammy, the shepherdess. Leah ended up reaching out to Tammy to see if she could sketch one of her pictures that Tammy had posted on her Instagram account or her website or whatever, and Tammy had said that would be fine. And so that's kind of what got Leah started into this. And then there was another farm that reached out to Leah and asked her to make a drawing of, I think, one of their animals or their farm animals that they had. Maybe it was multiple animals. But then she kind of just felt inspired to, Leah then felt inspired to kind of just make this her thing because she wanted to recognize the different fiber farmers in, I don't know if she mostly just focuses on fiber farmers here in the United States or if she's kind of like went out from there. I think it's mostly farmers that are close to where she lives. And so she wanted to send me a print of hers and she told me to pick, and I was like, no, I want you to pick because I love surprises. I love good surprises, not bad ones. I love good surprises. And so then she sent me actually 2 prints, and also she sends out little samples of the wool. And this is the stuff that she sent me was from her farm. When she sends a print, she will send a little sample of fiber of, like, it's a specialty fiber that she grows, and then she spins it. And they are not, so the animal that's in the print is not the fiber that you're getting, but you're still getting it. I think it's the fiber's meant to reflect the animal in the print. So it is just, as you can see from what I am showing you, they're beautiful prints, and she sent me 2, so I was like really excited about that. And I'm going to put these in my studio. I'm going to put them in my studio. I need to find some nice frames for them. And then I have little samples of fiber as well that I thought, I was like, what am I gonna make with these? I'm like, what can I make? I love those little bluebirds of happiness. Did you ever hear of that pattern? I've talked about it on here before, but it's been a long time. And I've made multiples of those, and I have a couple of them hanging in my house. It's just a little bird. It's a little knitted bird, and it's like an ornament. And I thought it would be so fun to make a bird out of each of these different fibers. So I think that might be what I do with this. Stay tuned. I will let you know if I decide to do that, for sure, of course. But I thought that would be a nice way to kind of display that fiber. But these are just so precious. So Leah, thank you so much for being thoughtful and sending these to me. And as I said, I'm going to link her Instagram account and her Etsy shop down below so that you guys can go check her out as well. Right, so it's time for me to finish this up and go get my workout in, and hopefully, and then I'm gonna start editing this because I have a deadline for this video. I've so enjoyed posting once a week. It's been really good to do this on a regular basis and have I think I've been mostly getting my videos up on Saturdays. I wasn't sure if I was gonna do Friday or Saturday when I first decided to post a weekly video, but Saturdays work better for me because that gives me all day Friday. And honestly, Friday is typically the day that I am the least busy during the week, which sounds weird, but a lot of the days of the week I'm gone. And for the last solid month, I've been gone every day of the week. It's been kind of crazy and not really the way I normally operate. I do require some downtime and some alone time, and I haven't been getting much of that lately. So this week I'm going to try to schedule some more of that in. Oh, I wanted to say that I just posted last Saturday that wasn't a one skein. I posted an episode all about small scarves, like mini scarves, neckerchiefs. So if you're interested in an episode like that, you can go check that out. And I ended up being able to find 15 free beautiful patterns. There's lots of beautiful small scarf patterns out there, and I have no problem paying for a pattern if I really want to make it. But I also thought, let's give these designers, a lot of them are smaller designers, and that's why they're offering their pattern for free. They maybe have not been they definitely probably have not been tech edited, but maybe they haven't been test knitted. But it's still nice to show the small designers some love as well. But again, I have no problem paying for a pattern either. I appreciate the work that designers put into designing patterns. It's not personally something that I feel like I would ever want to do, but I do love knitting, and I have no problem paying for a pattern if I think that I'm going to really like it and get a lot of use out of it. So just wanted to say I will link that down below as well, that episode, if you want to go check that out. All right, guys, well, I'm going to wrap up now. I'm going to go work out. Thank you so much for joining me for this vlog, and I will see you next time. Happy knitting. Oh. What are you saying? Saying, Mom, turn that camera off and get me my bone out of this couch. Yeah, is that what you're saying? I know. Sometimes it's hard to be a dog, huh? I'm a spoiled one. Yeah, I know. You want it out. Can you get it? You can do it. You can do it.